Hello there. So I I've decided to do a test run of a new immersive pod that's just dropped. Um, so this is uh it's using the same self-insert character that I'm used to playing with. So Phoenix and this farm. So same character, but um while I will be befriending Shane as usual, because I just can't do it any other way now. Um, Having played his backstory, um, and this is going to serve as a journaling exercise as well. Because frankly, I need something to keep me going because I'm just stagnating at the moment. I'm off my meds. I've gone full nocturnal as a result, which probably isn't a bad thing, or at least it wouldn't be if everyone else wasn't doing their business during the day. But anyway, um, so I'm I'm fast running out of reasons to keep going. So I'm recording this as an attempt to get me past this latest thing. But back to the topic. So I am not going the usual Sebastian route this time. I am playing a new immersive Sam mod that's in the same vein as Sebastian, except this is on a different vortex profile. So immersive Sebastian isn't running on this one. The immersive Shane is, but I've dated Sam on a different save once before I started playing with mods. And he is a sweetheart. I mean, he's a human Labrador, and I love human Labradors. Um, yes, they can be annoying in excess, but sometimes you just need their energy, their like their friendliness, their whole you know. Um, I mean, Shane is on the one side someone to relate to. On the other side, Sam is the whole like happy, bouncy, full of energy that I could really use at the moment. So the problem with Sam is that he isn't done any justice in this game, or done much justice. I mean, you see enough of him to know that he is a sweetheart. He is childish. Um, I mean, we all have our flaws, right? This could, I mean, he's basically the Zack Fair of Stardew Valley, and Zack Fair is my favorite Final Fantasy character. So, it's basically Zack Fair without the tragic ends. So this mod it basically does for Sam what it did, what the similar thing with Sebastian did for him, in that it just brings more depth to his character. And because this is the extra spicy version, um, this is bordering on the. Well, I've played the extra spicy Seb mod enough by now to know it can get it it's borderline erotica basically. I mean, it's the kind of style I prefer. I mean, I don't like vulgar, like porn related stuff. I mean, erotic is more my thing anyway. But that's the variant I'm playing with. And the thing with the immersive Seb mod was to was Sebastian's Sebastian has quite a bit of depth already, but it just adds more to his backstory and definitely plays on his autism. which by now I'm convinced he's definitely autistic. And I'm wondering if this Sam mod is going to do the same for playing into his ADHD, which I'm also convinced he has. But it will be interesting to find out. And there's a custom farm that I've downloaded as well. So there's a waterfalls and forest farm, known as WAF basically. So you got WAF and Waffle. Waffle being the large version. So I've been playing with the WAF farm for a while, which I figured was going to be big enough for me. And that farm is already pretty big. So I decided, partly as a glutton for punishment type thing, to see what the Waffle version is like. This is a large version, so if I was starting to get lost in the medium-sized farm, which it claims it is, how this is going to pan out will be interesting. And I'm playing with a survival mod as well. I decided to download that in the end. So, I mean, I've tweaked the values of that to work for what I've been doing. So, so we're at the point in the prologue where Granddad's died, and we're going into the bit we all know and relate to so well. There she is. That is basically my default state these days. I'm getting a lot better at this though. Have another go at Crisis 4 one of these days. I've been so obsessed with Stardew Valley lately. It's just been the ultimate escape from this lousy existence I'm having at the moment. I wish I could be left some lands like that for real. Having a whole island to myself, only a few people, would be ideal right now. Found out earlier there was another there's another transphobic attack, this time here in Wales. Great news for someone who lives in Wales. I mean, I know nowhere's perfect. It's like I'm fast running out of places that I'd like to live. I've been fast losing the will to live, full stop, for a number of reasons. articles about people with ADHD suffering due to the medication shortages. Don't know how much the lack of cooperation from GPs has been mentioned, but that's certainly a lot to do with it. So I have this private prescription that I have no money to buy a refill for. It's really, really annoying. Just take after I've been off my meds for nearly a week, a few days at least. Just taking the last one today. Already feeling a bit better, to be honest. And now I've just got this prescription that arrived yesterday, taunting me like the prescription's here, but you can't afford to actually buy the refills. The GP would, the NHS in general would pull their finger out, or the GPs would actually let me sign a waiver or whatever, just so I could get my damn prescription without having to get myself more into debt for it. So having spent a few days off the meds, feeling awful and sleeping most of the day and only waking up in the evening, it's no exaggeration to say that I literally can't function properly without it. Luckily or unluckily, I've got an appointment with the job centre early this coming week, so I get to tell them about it. Oh yeah, that and the HP is only covering me for the shortfall between universal credit and cost. And I've got and I forwarded the email from letting agent saying how if I don't pay up the arrears soon, they could go after me legally and try and squeeze blood from a stone, because the money literally isn't there. On the plus side, Kitchen Council have been saying that I could qualify for priority housing just based on mental health, and the fact that I'm neurodivergent, which is reassuring, sort of. Also that they wouldn't count my rent arrears against me for that reason. This is why I needed the January exercise. I mean, I don't know or care at this point. I mean, it's a let's play for Stardew Valley, but it's also a journal, because writing about it only helps so much. Apart from the fact I struggle sometimes to get the words out and convert the words from brain to paper, Whereas this way, where I just have the chance to talk about it in the right stream of consciousness type of way. It's a way of talking about it without talking about it, if that makes sense. Where I don't have to worry about people not listening or just offering useless platitudes like it will get better. Or when I talk about fantasize about living in a car or living in a tent and have people trying to tell me, oh, we don't want that. I mean, I know it'll be half lack of choice due to poverty. Like, not a great feeling that I've fallen below the poverty line again. Although this is the worst I've ever had it. But it's also half choice. I mean, like having Linus in this game with his "I choose to live like this" through choice, and having people feeling sorry for him or trying to fix him or whatever, and I get that so much. Having people say, no, we don't want you living in a tent, and I'm here internally at least, like, actually I kind of do. What I'm struggling to deal with isn't just the whole coping with not much money, it's the whole system where money is necessary. And I mean, this is what we call late stage capitalism, where, I mean, you can see desperation in the air with like the way things are being, the rules being put out. Like, it all smacks of being desperate to put up and training the system. And it is failing. Like the amount of homeless people it's created. Including me now. I mean, I'm not yet homeless, but for the first time in my life there is a very real risk of it. I mean, there's been plenty of times before where I could barely afford to eat, but somehow I managed to always get my rent paid. But things have got so bad now, not just for me personally, but the way the benefit systems run in general. Citizens' advice have acknowledged it. I've cut down my expenses as much as I possibly can. Down my expenses as much as I possibly can, and I'm still running at a deficit of a few hundred a month, and I don't know how or if things would improve after I get all the benefits I'm entitled to, which for Kit could take ages. already has taken measures, but that's the one where it's notorious for trying to, I mean, it's ridiculously rigged. I mean, whoever, I can't remember who came up with the current system or how. I'm not going to get into that right now, but it is ridiculously, even criminally ableist. I mean, it's called personal independence payment, which means it's not means tested, and rightly so. But it's the whole point of it is to help disabled people like myself live more independently, whether that be hiring more care or more support, like maybe a support worker or something like that, which is what I'd use it for, like hiring a cleaner or housekeeper, because I literally can't manage. I just, because I'm so burnt out these days, I literally can't manage a household. I'll have the occasional good day where I finally get sick of all the mess and start and do things like load the dishwasher, set that off, put the laundry on. Apart from that, I mean, I've got mice in the kitchen, stuff everywhere, and it's just, I can't live like this, but I've got no energy to do anything about it, let alone looking for work. Thankfully, it is recognised. Some people in the DWP, like ESA, for instance, I had an assessment for work-related capability, and the assessment was far better than the PIP assessment. It was more in depth and let me talk more about my struggles. And they reassured me when it was done that I needn't worry. Whether that just means I won't be expected to, I won't be expected to look for work or have as many meetings about it. Or whether I would be entitled to enhanced rate, which meaning more money. Which obviously, in my position, the more money the better. I can't even buy food at the moment, let alone paying off any of the rent arrears. I mean, I've never been on rent. I've never had rent arrears in my life. There is no way, me having rent arrears on my record now, that I'll be able to rent privately anymore. Not for the immediate future, at least. That, and I've already resigned myself to expecting to lose my deposit just so they can properly deep clean the house once I'm done. And I'd have to apologise in advance of that. Explain, look, I know I'm not going to get the deposit back. I just have no energy to keep on top of my house. So I'm well aware that you're probably going to need to use my deposit to do a proper deep clean. I'm absolutely okay with that. I won't contest it or anything, it just I'll be expecting this to happen. I'm well aware of it through my own actions, rather inaction. I don't know how it's taken me so long to hit this point in my life. Maybe it's just that I still had that innate strength in me before. I told the guys at CGI for my last job, and they asked in one word, tell me what my strength is, and I said determination. It's been the only thing to keep me going some of the time. In fact, I just seem to have had this cast-iron will to live that's kept me going for so long in my life. I've been through so much crap, but it just feels now like the strength is finally gone. That determination just stubbornly refused to allow me to hit breakdown levels or hit rock bottom. And it's now gone. Surviving the serpent sandwiches is bad. At least then I was still able to somehow keep on top of the bills and rent. Now I've got a lovely message saying my MOT's due. I can't afford to do that either. Just put a note on my car saying please a good home. Yes, I've lost money on it, but make me an offer or something like that. It's not like I can use it. Still can't drive. Don't know now if I'll ever be able to. Plus I've still got a motorbike in Dave's place. Poor guy's probably sick of it, taking up space in his shed. Once again, I need to renew my CBT before I can drive it, and that costs about 130 quid. Plus that is now going to be due its MOT. I don't know how much they are for bikes. Yeah, having a motorbike versus a car would be better, albeit more dangerous. I'd need to explain to whoever I have the CBT with that it's a case of getting back on the saddle. Which is pretty nerve-wracking in itself. bikes are cheaper to run than cars, to be fair. I think the tax on bikes is like 20 quid for the year, like my first car was. That I can manage. I don't know who does MOT on bikes. It used to be more mobile. I have no idea where I'm going to end up with social housing now. Everything's so uncertain, including my inheritance, which I've been told not to expect until sometime in October, probably late October, if that. Which is frustrating in itself because I could pay off most of my debts with that. I used to feel ashamed about being over 5 grand in debt. Now it's more like 15. Because I had the wise idea to take out a consolidation loan, which at the time helped because I was working. I've had to learn a lot of stuff about myself since my first period of extended sick leave. Doing mushrooms helped a lot with that. I think that's why I'm coming to this, what's helping me come to these realizations now, I think. Even once my initial money toppings are even halfway solved, like getting my short-term priority debt sorted out. I've had to accept that this is the second time I've had this, where I've had to leave a fairly well-paying job and find myself below the poverty line. I mean, this time it's worse. So I've gone from full-time job where I could do things like run a car and take driving lessons, to now not even being able to afford to pay my rent. The truth is, I can't have a full-time job, especially in the traditional sense. Not just because of the burnout that it caused, but because it's clear now that if I end up earning a nice bit of money, like I did last time, it's too easy for me to take it for granted and start going crazy with things like credit or buying stuff for myself, especially when it's a job like the mentally draining, soul-sucking work that I had before, meaning I need more of a dopamine hit, which in turn causes me to be more impulsive, especially with things like buying stuff. So I literally can't trust myself to have a full-time job at all. Something like what Sebastian does is much better suited if or when I can get into the frame of mind of I will someday. Doing what, I don't know. I will definitely have to upskill in some way. One of the things I considered was improving my sewing skills so I could do run an alteration business, which apparently is in demand in that area, which should be great in itself. But I do still enjoy building web apps. But it's pretty obvious that I'd have to upskill in that area as well. There are things in there's things like weren't touched on my degree, or were but only a bit, or that I'm just very rusty. Actually, when I started even surface level modding Stardew Valley, where I started fixing other people's mods for my own benefit, I may still, well, I probably should actually upload the fix for better artisan goods. More pretty icon set. You would have seen by now. But that got me looking more into how this game was made. And it turns out, because this game is like about 10 years old now, I think, so it makes sense. But this game was actually made using Visual Studio 2010 plus XNA Studio, which is a plugin for Visual Studio where you can make games. So this is all done in C#, which I am familiar with. And it was quite fun looking through some of the code some mod authors on GitHub. So, although I'm very rusty on the coding aspects, and I'd have to refresh my memory on things like the syntax and object-oriented programming and all that sort of thing. But looking through some of the code, I do recognise a lot of it, so it's comforting at least. I mean, it's got me considering. I mean, I've been thinking before about maybe taking extra maths lessons. It's something I've always struggled with. I mean, strangely in school, I got put in the top set for maths. I don't know why. because they had this project once, for instance, like a lot of the schoolwork that they had, I ended up spending a lot of one-on-one sessions with the teacher after, because I just did not understand it. I don't know why I was put on the hot set when I didn't belong there. But hey, I mean, if there was a way for me to improve my math skills and even consider doing, if there was any way for me to do a software engineering course or something, I don't know. I know you need a good maths head for programming as opposed to just building web apps. I would like to do something like that. Maybe the reason I struggled before is because my ADHD was more in control. And I have noticed, I mean, part of the struggle I've been having, especially at work, is when I finally got to a place where my meds were agreeing with me more, and my autism flared up. And I suspect the autism side will be a lot better at maths. And Sebastian is plainly autistic, and he's like a maths wizard. Whereas Sam is more creative. Although Seb is very creative as well. Like, he's creative and technical, maths-minded. So I wonder if he's ADHD, except for Seb, he's more primarily inattentive, what they used to call ADD, but now it's just a different variant of ADHD. I suspect that is the case, actually. He talks about focus frequency. Yeah, I mean, because Seb is mostly technically minded, but he is also creative. I mean, he carves. Something I wouldn't, I mean, not necessarily carving, but sculpting out of clay or something. It's something I considered. I might still actually. But I mean, I was very musical as well once upon a time. I learnt to play the drums. Guitar. I mean, not very well with the guitar, but still. It's like I wanted to compose video game music. In the certain date saying about easy way to get your music out there and people don't want to hire you is make your own game for you and put your own music in it. And I came up with, oh, for crying out loud, I came up with something the other day which I've forgotten, but I do miss the composing side of it. I miss a lot of things that I used to do. Oh, damn it. A lot of things that I want to get back into. Writing, drawing. Programming. I do enjoy programming and building websites. I just need to refresh my memory and have enough energy to learn this stuff again. And I know, I don't know if it's canon, it probably is. Seb taught himself to do all this. Damn it. I don't know if well, I don't currently have the spoons to teach myself, but I would like to learn at some point. There's also the foraging side of it that I'd like to learn, mainly because I mean, like this, just living on a piece of land where the only food available is wild food. And I found out the other week when I decided to do some hiking in the mountains. But there's actually quite a lot of edible wild food. There's actually a lot of wild food out there. Mainly berries, although I'll have to get myself, well, I'll be out sometime this, will I? This week or next week, I'm not sure, but it's mushroom season, so I'd like to see what mushrooms are out. But there's also berries. There's berries and crab apples that are edible. But according to the book that I got, they're best eaten as jams. I mean, yeah, making my own jam would be great. Damn it. Jam isn't that useful when you're living out in the wild. I mean, it might be, but I did read about someone who, well, one of the things you can do with crab apples is make them like coffee apples, which will make them a lot more edible. But I've tried eating them raw, but they're about as sour or even more sour than cooking apples. So you do literally have to cook them before they're edible, which isn't a problem in itself. Oh. I mean, there's a guy who wrote about living in the wild and foraging and doing just that with eating crab apples, where he just literally cooked them over the fire. And something I consider would be like just skewering them, like making apple and marshmallow kebabs out of them and just roasting the whole lot on a fire. Something worth trying. What are the odds of getting 20 coins on this stage? Oh yeah. I have managed to get to the final boss once. Bloody hard. Hell yeah. Six more, come on. Damn. Certainly identifying a lot with Shane right now. Six more coins, or 5 more coins please. Oh, damn. Damn, damn, damn. This is where the journaling comes in. Anytime I crank up Journey of the Prairie King, it's journaling time. That's journaling time. Oh, one more crack maybe. That wasn't too clever, was it? Thing I found helpful though, the heads up really, because I've taken my last meds, one of the side effects is jaw clenching. It makes me clamp down my jaw to the point where it gets borderline painful. Certainly makes my jaw stiff. A good way I've found to help with that is things like sucking sweets or lollipops. Lollipops are better because I can chew down on the stick. So there are going to be some times where I'm commenting and it sounds like I've got something in my mouth, because I have. It's also the reason I've decided to record this basically. Just if I'm talking, I'm not clenching my jaw. Not always that helpful, but it's better. There's still going to be some instances where I'm just going to be like sod it, grab a lollipop. It may be better if whenever I play Stardew just have the record button going. Whether it's just for my benefit or if I'm planning on uploading them for public viewing. Well, uploading will be a thing anyway because, damn it. Uploading will be a thing anyway because it's storage. It'll be up there forever. I won't lose it. But if I'm just recording it for the hell of it, whether or not it's for a public audience, it's still a form of therapy for me. I've found it also more engaging when I record. Players that record as though I'm talking to people, even if I'm not, because it doubles as a journal. And it's just more help. Well, that isn't more helpful, but so what I might end up doing is, like, even if I fancy doing another perfection run, and that I mean, I do have videos from that. What became a perfection run, but there's a big chunk of story missing because after I stopped recording, there wasn't much story, and it just slowed right down into just doing stuff. But even with, I mean, because I hadn't been recording, well, there's not really any context to this one. But what I'm saying is I might just record for the hell of it, whatever save I'm playing, even if it's the perfection run, and I'm on year 5 now, and most of my gameplay these days is on that file. Apart from the odd, there's the odd event from Immersive Family that still plays, but overall that is more now. Ooh. That is more now just doing quests and it's more of a numbers game at this point. So I mean, I will update when I next play a session in that one. I'll save the updates for when I do play it next. But I've come really far on that one. Mercifully, I haven't broken it like I thought I had. But, oops. Typical. But I am now grateful that I am using Vortex to manage my mods, because with Immersive Sam, I've needed to disable my Immersive Sam mod. So I now have 3 profiles of Vortex. One with the base mods, like the visual things, the gameplay, the survivalistic thing. And the other 2 one of them has Immersive Seb enabled, and this one, yeah, one of them has Immersive Seb enabled and Immersive Sam disabled. This one is vice versa, so Immersive Seb is disabled and Immersive Sam is enabled. But on both of them, well, in the default profile, oh shit, you shaky bugger. You're not gonna let me get to it, are you? Please, please, please. Yes. Yeah. But on the base profile, the default one, so what's running on both of these is Immersive Shane plus the extra Shane mods, the extra Shane events. They've become one of the they've become a couple of the mods that I can't play without these days. Because both of those mods they give more to the backstory without depending on your planning to romance. I tend to do that on a lot of saves anyway, just because underneath the cloud of depression and unresolved grief, he's actually a big softie. He's a sweetheart. He reminds me of Dad in some ways. I mean, not in the charismatic, being a better friend and family member to other people than to his own family. Like, not the bad sides of Dad, but well, at least the bad parts of Shane, like the being a hostile towards people who don't know him. That's all on the outside, and that way I kind of relate to him as well. Not as extreme as him. But just as with Shane not wanting to mix with people when he's feeling really down, whenever things go really bad for me, I'll start isolating myself. I have no social spoons. I just don't talk to anybody. I suppose I'm more like Seb in that way, because I'm not outwardly hostile, I just don't talk to people. But it's for the same reason as for Shane. It's more apparent in Vince using these more expressive portraits, in fact. Like with the Candicore ones I was using, yes, the details are a lot better. They're more expressive in some ways, but not in others. Like, I pointed out first time I spoke to him here, something I hadn't noticed before is just how sad he looks when he tells you to leave him alone. It's like he's just thoroughly done with life in general, which I completely get. So befriending Shane has become part of my staple for playing this game, especially with these events. Oh, damn it. Oh joy. Nope. This is gonna be fun. I'm not done yet. I mean, when it comes to the story runs and just releasing the public, I can edit out these particular scenes, especially with how personal they get, and just keep the longer versions for myself. Because journal. Yeah. I am definitely feeling a lot more like Shane these days. And it sucks. I mean, deep down, I know probably there is potential to my life, but I have yet to see it. I know on good days I'll have these ideas about what kind of things I'd like to do, like what I could do for running my own business, for instance, because that's the only kind of work I can do now. I can't handle full-time job and I can't handle the full-time money. But on the other hand, right now I'm just literally stuck. I'm having to rely on an increasingly draconian welfare system who only gives a shit about you if you can benefit them in some way, if you can prop up their shitty late stage capitalism by joining the borderline slave labour workforce, which I never wanted for myself anyway. I only took a full-time job because what was actually a cottage industry just wasn't on wheels. I have no desire to get into that situation again. Partly because the whole idea of making rich people richer just makes me sick. But I obviously just can't handle it. I'm not wired for that kind of work. I have my own ideas for the kind of work I want to do. When I have the spoons to do it, of course, which isn't at the moment. I know, I mean, I've at least got to the point where I can accept that if I'm sleeping for so long or not doing any housework, for instance, there's a reason for it. It's just my body's way of saying that I really need a break. I need to rest. It's hard to get away from that mindset of what good are you to anybody if you can't do it, so why? but I've had to accept that. I mean, no, I haven't been officially diagnosed with autism yet, but when the NHS eventually pull their finger out, I mean, the waiting list is currently about 2 years long, and I'm about halfway through now, I think. And maybe just over, I'm not sure. But yeah, it is ridiculously long here. But anyway, I mean, getting formally diagnosed with autism would allow me to get things like a service dog, for instance, which hopefully entitle me to a support worker, which would allow me to get a service dog. I can't get one if I'm on my own. And being diagnosed with ADHD has helped in the sense that at least you can get treated for ADHD with medication, even if it's ridiculously hard to get hold of said medication these days. Which is a whole other run. But something I've had to accept is just how bad my ADHD is. Even how bad my autism is. I mean, I'm not sure at the moment how bad my autism is. I've never had a chance to find out. Thanks to ADHD being the main one in control. While I'm still waiting for everyone involved to pull their finger out, I'm just left in this limbo where I'm stuck in an isolated village. Stuck in an isolated village with a car I can't drive, that I only kept hold of because of the likelihood of needing to live in it, which probably won't happen now simply because I can't afford to keep it running, because the MOT is due. Yeah. If the MOT is coming up due and I can't afford it, then what's the point? But even with a motorbike, I can't pull a trailer on a motorbike until I've got the proper license, which again is going to cost money. And I think it's about the same cost as driving lessons. Direct access would probably be more cost efficient. I don't know. I'm not sure if I even want gas at this point. Just because, I mean, I'll probably have to wait a year or two before getting proper lessons anyway, just because the whole getting used to riding a bike again. But I'd need some kind of full motorbike license before I could put a trailer. Which would mean I can't have a caravan of any kind. What I could probably do with a motorbike is, well, without full bike license, is probably just it'd have to be a small tent, but I could still take a tent. It would just have to be strapped onto the bike. Oh, I'm taking a tent on the motorbike. I'm not even sure how that would work. Not that it matters at the moment anyway, because I can't afford to renew my CBT. So, I'm relying on public transport in an isolated Welsh village. I can't work, which ironically would solve some of my problems in debt. But then I mean, the only mistake I made there with working is just holding on for too long again. But then that was only because I knew what the alternative was. I know it was just more kicking the can down the road. But I don't even know. Yeah, much like Shane, I'm stuck. Except I don't even have the luxury of a job. I will admit to being tempted to fall off the wagon and go back on cigarettes. Except it wouldn't be cigarettes, it would be vaping. Oh, for crying out loud. so vaping the cigarette smoke doesn't linger indoors. Kidding me. Jeez. Well, what choice have I got? I just gotta hope I can make the somehow make the 30. And yes on it. But yeah, I mean, the main reason that I played as a I set up a male pharmacy on my Steam Deck. Although I might set up a save for him on this one. But the main reason I set up a male farmer save is simply because apparently Alex's character arc is different, and even better if you're a male farmer as opposed to female, because Alex as a female farmer, he's a typical flirty jock, but as a male farmer, apparently it's implied that he is actually gay, a closet gay, which given George's response, if you're a male farmer, is understandable, to be fair. I would like to dip into that at some point. What I might do is set up another Vortex profile for a male farmer. Because I have some mods on here that wouldn't otherwise work, like... Well, no, I could set up fashion. I could use fashion sense in there and just disable the sharing of clothes. It's easy enough to do. But depending which way I swing it, I might need to disable both the immersive mods. Sam and Seth mods. Oops. Or I could have one save for male farmer where I'm going into the where I'm dating and marrying Alex, and use yet another save file where I'm checking out the immersive Sam story from a male perspective, just to test the theory, or maybe try it. Or maybe have one save where the male farmer is just making full use of polyamory suite and just marrying everybody. Because on it. But I would be, yeah, so if I try it without immersive Sam, first off, just to see if it works that way with vanilla Sam. But I am pretty sure Sam is canonically bi. I'm also very sure that Shane is canonically bi. Because when I dated him as Blake, my male farmer, there was no difference in dialogue between what happens when you give him a bouquet or showing romantic interest in him as a female versus a male. And I do like that there's only one or maybe two stereotypically gay or lesbian people in this game, Elliot being the stereotypical foppish gay man, and possibly Leah being the stereotypical tomboyish lesbian, or no, yeah, I'd say stereotypical, but there's a lot of speculation that just as Alex is canonically closeted gay, same with Hayley. It's the same with Hayley, apparently, according to these people, of her being canonically closeted lesbian. And one of the immersive dialogue mods I have, which has been called Party Hayley, the main idea of that being just to go more into her character and have her not look down on her interests so much as she does in vanilla. But similar vein with Penny actually, because there's also polished Penny they call it, because vanilla Penny is so boring, she has no substance. Well, she does have what a lot of characters are surface level. Well, some of the characters are surface level, but nothing much there until you get to know them better, which Sam is a big example of. Which, I mean, if you take the effort to get to know these characters, which is what I love about this game actually. You got some that are open books like Sam. Damn it. You've got some like Sam who are open books, and you've got others like Shane and Step, where there's much more lurking beneath the surface that you get to find out the more you get to know them, and that they gradually start opening up to you about stuff. Then you've got the characters like Alex and Hayley, who at first are arrogant or even rude to you when you first meet them. But whereas with Shane it's the depression talking, with them it's just like high school mentality, like literally peaked in high school type energy in different ways. But again, as you get to know them better, you find out more about them, and then they even apologise for being arsey to you at first, which again I really like. I love the depth of the dialogue in this game, and the whole heart related system where it keeps score of your friendships with them, and the more friendly you are with them, the more they open up to you, the more you get to know them, which I absolutely love. And especially with the bachelors and bachelorettes, it just makes them so much more relatable, depending who you are, where you are in life, of course. Which is why Shane is why I have such a soft spot for him. And Seb actually. But, Sam, on the other hand, I love Sam because he's an open book. Very much what you see is what you get. Same with Shane actually, but with Sam, well no, he's not. He's actually not an open book. Something I found out before with Vanilla Sam, and a bit more with the more interesting Sam. But whereas I mean, I have a feeling this is going to go more in depth into this aspect with this mod, but what I noticed even with Vanilla Sam, much like Zach actually, he struggles with some things. He does have his struggles, but whereas Shane, and Sam are actually fairly similar in different ways to Shane and Seb, but Shane and even Sam are pretty similar in that they both have struggles that they don't want people, that they don't want others to see. But whereas Shane is just hostile, he tries to keep people at arm's length so they don't get the chance to get to know him. Sam is naturally very friendly, outgoing kind of guy, and much like Zach, he has his reputation, like people know him as like a human golden retriever, very friendly, happy, laid back kind of guy, but deep down they're still human, they still have their struggles, they still get upset and pissed off and insecure. Even Zach has his moments of feeling insecure and doubtful. But he doesn't, but they don't want to show it. I mean, I don't know if about not wanting to show it or just that they don't generally feel safe to show it, because everyone thinks they're this kind of person, like, oh, they don't, they're so happy with everything. So it gets that they don't feel safe opening up to most people, because they, this guy Spike that I used to know, as much as he turned out to be an abusive prick, but that's another story. But it was the same with him. I mean, I've seen it firsthand with him, where he's pretty much like Sam, most likely has ADHD, very charismatic, outgoing, but also suffering in his own way with his own demons. But whenever we tried to talk about it with his mates or whatever, they just dismissed him. Right, they didn't take him seriously because he's just this happy guy. Why would he have problems? Which is really sad, actually. I mean, I definitely relate in that way. Not so much I mean, one thing I struggle with, especially with these kinds of people, is that people like Zach in particular, I just the reason I had a soft spot for him so much is just because I'd seen him as my inner child. Any people like him or Sam, they're just basically, I found it hard being around those sorts of people because deep down I wanted to be them. Like, if I hadn't yet, where did that come from? But like, if it wasn't for one side of me, probably the autism, turning me more into someone like Seb or Cloud. More like Seb actually, like than being socially awkward and whatever. But if it weren't for all the trauma I experienced that turned me into someone more like Seb, I would imagine myself being more like someone like Sam or Zach. I mean, I still recharge better by myself, so it'd be more of a healthy balance between the two. But the hard thing about being around people like them, it's just that for some reason I find it hard to let go enough to be that kind of person. Which is probably what's been contributing a lot to my bad mental health. It's that just how seriously repressed I've been. But somewhere along the way I got conditioned into that kind of behaviour. I don't even know why I got behaving like, probably down to Mum. Don't want to call her Mum because she wasn't. Then more like Sandra saying how I should be responsible. Basically being emotionally parentified, I think, is what did it. Well, I got to a point where I got too serious. And as a result, I just really struggled to let myself go, even now. At the same time, I know my inner child is really hurting. But I've had no chance to just let it go, like, to be completely myself. I think that's a lot of the reason why I'm struggling now with things like maintaining my household, maintaining housework. It's because the strength of my inner parent has gone. The inner adult, the things keeping things ticking over. Like the one who is like, I know you don't want to, but if we're going to keep going, if we're going to have any chance in life, we have to do X or Y. But that side of me has had to do so much work over the years, decades even. It's just finally given up the ghost. It's just too tired. And I'm left with an inner child who's like, okay, cool, oops. okay, cool, we can finally relax. Right, there's no more parent breathing down my neck. Basically like when the cat's away sort of thing. Except inner child is also tired. I both live by two different ways to either be heard or to survive or whatever. It's just all parts of me just so tired of everything. Possibly one of the reasons I've been spending so much of my time, of my healing time, doing this. I give my child some playtime, which I have not had in a very long time. Not to the extent I like to anyway. If I do need any additional therapy, it's going to have to be along the lines of how to get back in touch with my inner child. Not only listen to it, but to express it more. I should give myself permission to play and enjoy myself. Every day feels such a sudden battle. That's why I'm so burnt out. Of course. And maybe this is why it takes for me to get back in touch with even find out who I really am. I know someone says on one of the support subs, if you want to be reborn, let yourself die. does generally feel like that's what's happening at the moment, that I'm in the best phase of this process. Like every part of my old self, my old shooting self, with all that it's learned bad coping mechanisms or whatever, is finally dying. And maybe when it comes to rebirth, I can finally be in the Zach Fair I imagine myself being for a long time. I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start doing films again just to kickstart that process. But I'm not in the right position to do that yet. I don't even know how many more months I'm going to have in this place. I have the equipment. Although I'd have to top up on things like a better incubation system. But once things are settled down again, I'm definitely going to have to try that again. They were so helpful last time. In fact, they were the catalyst for a much needed breakdown in the first place. It seems like I'm due another one. I'm probably going to have to start from scratch again, because it's been quite a while now since I last seen them. Hey, bugger. They were so helpful last time. And I know I'm on different medication now, so I'm also on venlafaxine, which it probably will interfere a bit. Like I might have to skip a day when I trip. Although with them not helping as much as before with the suicidal thoughts, I wonder if I will even be safe. I probably might even be safe to stay on venlafaxine while I try and I don't know. I know one thing for sure, I can't carry on like this. I've been fantasising throwing myself off a cliff or into a ravine lately. I use this to dissociate, much the same way Shane does with alcohol. Because the alternative is like ending up like him in the skit starter bed. I do know if things don't change soon. I don't know how much longer I can just cruise along like this. Every time I have to address these issues with people, like job centre appointments, for instance, I wind up becoming suicidal. Bloody dad, or rather Tim, was like, you can talk to me if it gets too bad. Yeah, any time I did, I'd be allowed to talk about my own issues for a few minutes before he'd tell it back to himself, and then he was feeling suicidal. It's like, yeah, I know you're trying to empathise, but we're talking about me at the moment. Frank's saying I can come to him if I'm struggling, but even if he could help, he's too far away. And I'm like, too much has happened for me to feel emotionally safe around anyone. Part of the problem I'm having now is that there's not many people I feel able to turn to when I'm struggling so much. I don't know how Jacob would react if I mentioned that to him. This game is one of my only outlets at the moment. Because of the relatable characters. The odd good days where I feel more like my inner child character. Phoenix is my inner child in a sense. Up in a mental hospital yet. Still time for it to happen, I know. So part of me now is just wishes it would hurry up and happen. I suspect that's about the only place left that can actually help me properly. Don't know how true that is, but know, I even said to the VP and one or two other people, like, about the self-harm tendencies. Staring down this little ravine in the mountains and just wondering if I injure myself enough by jumping down it. Could I finally be heard? The help I've been crying out for ages. Or what would I just be sent to? A&E, sent back home with antidepressants or something, I don't know. There's so little faith in the NHS these days. I mean, it's not their fault they've been underfunded for so long. I know what's going on with that. But even before, the mental health services have just been abysmal. Times before, when I tried to get myself help, when I felt like I could feel myself slipping, and it was more preventative measure when I was trying to get support. I've been told on one occasion you're not ill. I mean, that's the NHS in a nutshell, really. Prevention is supposed to be better than cure. Yet the NHS don't work like that for some reason. Not the mental health issues anyway. And there's a more concerning thing in the media where autism and ADHD are being spoken about more for the wrong reasons. It's like, why is there more people being diagnosed? I mean, it should be obvious that there's just more information out there than there used to be. But no, it must be there's unscrupulous doctors out there taking advantage of people, or private doctors not being legit with some shit, which incidentally has led to things already like GPs no longer wanting to do their care with private psychiatrists, which is bullshit. I mean, they may have shout this excuse about not wanting to be responsible for controlled meds all they like. The fact that they're controlled meds at all is another rump for another time. But well, that's the drugs legislation is connected in a way, because it just makes ADHD meds harder to get hold of than they should be. But whatever the reasons, the result is the same, in that medication that we need to function properly, or at all even, especially in my case, is being unnecessarily withheld from us. As a result, you're going to see more unemployment and more suicide and self-harm. And the rate things are going with me at the moment, I'm going to end up being another statistic. Because life at the moment is literally getting unbearable. All I'm doing is existing. As Shane put it, all I do is work, sleep and eat. Or all I do is work, sleep and drink. Except in my case, it's all I do is sleep, eat and not drink alcohol, but I mostly sleep. As I've explained to people, if I'm not on my meds, I spend most of the day asleep. Well, even all day. I've gone to bed at something like 3 or 4 in the morning and not woken up until like 10 in the evening or even later. And all this of people, well, in papers or whatever, complaining how people, like more people are unemployed, like nobody wants to work anymore, or disabled people are well enough able to work. I mean, they're definitely able to work if they want to. So work from home is a thing now, so there's no excuse. Blatantly obvious that they never even consider where neurodivergent people or general invisible disabilities factor into that. I was working from home until I had to quit my job. It's not magic bullet, I think it is. And yes, ADHD and autism are both classed as disabilities under the Equality Act. Unless the government get the right idea to change that, which at this point I wouldn't put it past them, but I really hope not. That's how it's feeling. I mean, it's already treated as such in Channel Pit, which is ridiculously hard at the best of times. Like even my ex, who's a wheelchair user, had to go all the way to tribunal before she got awarded PIP, which is ridiculous. And I'm still waiting to hear back from my mandatory reconsideration, where no doubt I'm going to have to go to tribunal. basically, I mean, this is a society that assumes you're neurotypical or able-bodied or whatever else, and therefore that's how the rules are made, on the assumption that you're well and able to work or whatever. The fact that some of us are neurotypical or disabled in some way doesn't occur to them. It's like we're invisible. We're basically just invisible as far as they're concerned. And like these media outlets, seem to be on a, I mean, we're on a steady descent into fascism anyway. We have been for years. Certain people don't want to admit it or want us to see it, but it's obvious. And one of those signs is just the direction the media outlets have taken, the way they address certain issues. Transphobia is on the rise thanks to them. There's more of the wrong kind of attention being put onto ADHD in particular, but also autism. Like, there's a lot of arguments saying, like, is ADHD and possibly autism a real thing? There's been an article claiming there's a cure for autism, which is concerning. There is no cure for neurodivergence. It's literally just the brain is wired differently. That's what that condition is. And the only reason it's a disability is because society runs against it as a whole. And it's a disability in society. If our society was more compassionate towards people like us, or had, or at least had a place for us in their society, it wouldn't be a disability, it would be more of an advantage. It should be more of an advantage. There's been an argument that neurodivergence is just evolution taking a different path. And in fact, owing to the traits of ADHD, we'd make very good hunter-gatherers. And we would be the ones keeping watch at night, because we're natural night owls. But now we live in a society... Oops. Yet now we live in a society where we're all expected to wake up in the morning and go to work, whatever. Yeah, I get the hint. Go to do a certain job during the day or whatever. I mean, there are night jobs, but as a whole, there are night jobs. But on the other hand, all the services you need. Just remember. Yeah, that's fine. On the whole, all the services you need operate during 9 to 5. Which is stupid, really, considering, like, if you're alone, if you live alone and you're working full-time job, as I was before quitting, you can't get anything done during a week. I mean, the society we have now was built on the assumption that there will be one person earning the money and the other person staying at home looking after the house. Modern society doesn't work that way anymore. It can't, because things are so ridiculously expensive now. Even people living together on a dual income are struggling. I mean, there's a reason it's called the cost of living crisis. Like it's got to the point where even like you have to be earning 6 digits before you can be considered well off these days. So people like me now on benefits have no chance. I mean, citizens of Christ close. Where they'd worked out that my expenses being paid right down to the bone as much as possible. I'm still running on a deficit of $100 a month. Like, my current position is literally unsustainable. But my income can't currently be improved anymore unless I work. But it's been pointed out by occupational health that I am not currently in a position to work. I literally don't have the energy and mental capacity to work. I just can't do it at the moment, probably ever, in a traditional sense. I mean, when I have the energy to do any kind of work, that's for exploring later. But as it stands, there is no way for me to get any extra money until or unless it comes through. Thankfully, people get backdated when I do get it. That's likely going to be swallowed up in debt before anything else. How I manage that, I don't know yet. But I mean, it's just further proof that universal credit, with the assumption that that's what most people would be entitled to and nothing else, literally isn't enough to live on. It's actually ridiculous to the point of even being criminal. I mean, I don't know if the majority of benefit claims, it's just assumed that it's just assumed that we have other people to turn to help us out in the meantime. I mean, if if we did, if we did, we wouldn't have to turn to them in the first place. I honestly don't know where they get the idea that the amount they give us to live on is enough. And I've been lucky in that the place where I'm living, the rent hasn't gone up since I've been here. Although next time it goes in the market, it certainly will. By about a couple of hundred at least, I think they said. But, I mean, every time I've looked for private accommodation, which obviously isn't going to be an option now because there is, and no deposit or shitty credit file, but when I was looking for private rental accommodation, in hopes of finding some, well, wanting to downsize more than anything, because just to give myself something easier to manage in my current state. But anything available, like one-bedroom flats or even studios or something, or whatever. I mean, studios are going for about, or maybe a bit less than what I'm paying at the moment. But anything more than that, like even one-bedroom flats, you're looking at one-bedroom flats are going for at least about the same I'm paying now, but most of them are going for a bit more, or quite a bit more. And it's for less space. And I mean, I need less space anyway, just because I can't manage a 3-bedroom house anymore. But I mean, it just works out being more expensive in the long run, which is ridiculous. Don't know what kind of money I'll be paying for social housing. I know there's this other thing like local housing allowance, which I have fallen prey to. With this place, as in what's been coined as the bedroom tax. But, I mean, when I first rented this place, I was working. I didn't need a reference, didn't need a guarantor. If I was to try moving somewhere now, I would need both. And even the fact that I'm on benefits would count against me in a lot of places, because for some stupid reason, landlords see person on benefits and think person who's going to trash the place. Which I mean, ridiculous this is stereotypical. Shit happens. Like, I'm walking through this. Shit happens. You could be one paycheck away from losing literally everything. I mean, I've gone from respectable full-time job to person on benefits. So by their logic, I would have had to have undergone an extreme personality change. Although on the other side of the coin, I've had this full-time job for 7 years, and it's gradually worn me down to the point where I just haven't been able to keep on top of maintaining it. So in one kind of sense, as a working professional, I was the kind of person that they'd look down on as someone on benefits. I mean, I haven't trashed the place, but it's still going to need it's going to need a professional deep cleaning. You know that. It's not as bad as, like, it's not a hobby, but it's not impressive. It drives me nuts looking at it. It drives me even more nuts not having any spoons or money to tackle it or outsource it.